How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video on everything QPR. Now, we've not uploaded the video in quite a while now. I don't even know how long it is, but I really want to make a video on this just because this is massive news for QPR. Ian Holloway has been sacked or he's left. I'm really not sure. Like, whenever I look on different websites, some say he's sacked, some say he has left the club. But at the end of the day, he's not going to be the manager anymore. So in this video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on Ian Holloway going from QPR, who I think is going to be coming in next as well, which will be very, very interesting. They said they'll announce it in the near future, so that'll be very, very interesting. Also, I'm going to be going through a few people on Twitter, see what they've been saying. You can see what the general opinion is on what's happening at the moment at QPR. So starting off, I'll give my thoughts on what's happened. Now, I really hope this isn't a sacking, just because I think if we have sacked Holloway, it's very, very harsh on him, just because, in my opinion, he's done a very decent job since he's come in. He's come in at a difficult time with how much we were paying players there, how much players were earning at QPR, and he's managed to lower the wage bill massively, and loads of players that were earning a lot. There's players like Stephen Corker, loads of other players that have been brought in. They've earned tons of money. He's got rid of them, and Ian Holloway's also brought in a lot of young players, and then also he's managed to bring other players from the academy up into the starting 11 for QPR, which is an amazing thing to do. And while he's been doing that as well, he's managed to guide us to like a mid-table finish, a very, very comfortable finish. Like 15 points or something above the relegation zone, like 16th position in the league, improved from last season. Last season, I know, wasn't great, but this season I feel there's a lot more to be excited about for QPR. There's a lot more young players coming through, the likes of Eze, Paul Smyth, loads of decent players coming through. And pretty much, I think Holloway's been a massive part in that, really. Giving these players a chance, putting his faith in them to actually go out and do the job, which they definitely have done over the course of the season. So he deserves massive credit for that. And also, if he has been sacked as well, this is a big call. If Tony Fernandez and Les Ferdinand, like Lee Hughes and all the people who are higher up at QPR have made this decision to sack him, if they have, then this could be their last chance, really, because it's a very, very risky sacking. Holloway has brought a lot of stability for QPR. We could have, there's so many teams you've seen, they've dropped down and then dropped down again. There's teams like Wolves, I know they're back up in the Premier League now, but they dropped down to League One. Sunderland, the most recent team to do that. Then there's Wigan as well. There's been teams that have got relegated and then they've gone down again, and Ian Holloway's managed to stop that. And things are starting to look a lot more positive, in my opinion, for QPR anyway. A lot of good things have started to happen, but I think it's a bit of a shame that Holloway's gone, really, just because I would say give him one more season, just because he's got 1 year left in his contract. Well, he did have 1 year left on his contract. And in my opinion, there's not really that many managers that are available right now. There's Gareth Ainsworth for Wickham, who's done a great job. Obviously, he's played for QPR, well over 100 games for us. But I don't know if he'd even want to leave Wickham. He's done a great job there, getting them promoted. Don't know if he'd leave. Steve McClaren's the main shout. I really, really hope it's not Steve McClaren. Just let me know what you think if Steve McClaren is going to become manager. That seems like he's probably the favourite right now, and everyone's tweeting about it. I hope that isn't true. That would be an absolute disaster, in my opinion. But let me know, what would you have preferred? Would you have preferred Holloway to stay, or would you have preferred somebody else to take over anyway? So let me know that in the comment section down below. But yeah, Holloway, 1 year left in this deal. In my personal opinion, I would have given him to the end of his contract, just because I don't think there's that many good managers available right now. And he's done well this season, in my opinion, Holloway. He's getting a good amount of points, keeping us up. I know he has lost like 40 games out of 80, but you can look at it two ways, right? I know he's lost a lot, but then again, he's managed to, I think he's brought a lot of positivity to the club as well, which is very decent. So, yeah, 1 year left, in my opinion, I would have given him that. So, yeah, now we're trying to have a look at some of the comments that people have put on Twitter. Now, QPR obviously tweeting that Ian Holloway has left QPR with immediate effect. And as you can see there, Ian Holloway, 170 games as a player, 332 games as a manager. Obviously, he had his spell like when we were in League One or whatever it was called back in the day. Pretty much he had that spell there as well and got us promoted. So he did very well there. In my opinion, both his spells, he's done a very, very good job. And looking at some people's comments as well, there's James Olcott, who is he's on Ball Street, as you watch quite a lot of him as well. He said he thinks it's the last chance for Les Ferdinand, and he thinks it's a poor decision. And yeah, there's another thing that I actually want to talk about, because he said if the replacement doesn't improve QPR dramatically, then he has to go. So pretty much, yeah, in my opinion, Holloway couldn't really do much of a better job than he was doing. The players that he's got on the pitch aren't going to be competing for the playoffs. I know you could maybe say there's clubs like Sheffield United, Millwall, they've competed, they've had a great season, really, for how much money they have. They're kind of in a similar situation to QPR. Probably we're in a worse position than them, even financially, with the financial fair play and everything. So pretty much, yeah, that's a very, very good point, because in my opinion, like, if say like Steve McClaren came in next season, is he going to do that much better? In my opinion, unless it's like it'll be some kind of miracle if we were to get promoted or get the playoffs or anything like that. In my opinion, mid-table's kind of whereabouts we are, kind of the highest we're going to get. So obviously that is a very, very fair point there. So yeah, a lot of people are thinking it's Les Ferdinand. So the wrong man's gone, should have been Les Ferdinand. And yeah, pretty much that's people's opinion of it. So another opinion here is the wrong man has gone, it should have been Les Ferdinand. People just aren't a fan of Les Ferdinand at the moment. I have spoke to Les Ferdinand, he seems like a really, really nice guy, but he's made a few dodgy decisions since he's kind of been like the director of football of QPR, so a lot of people aren't very happy with him. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to back the new manager, whoever it is coming, even if it is McClaren. I don't want it to be, but I'll have to back him if it is. So we'll have to see. We can complain at Les Ferdinand if we do terribly this next season. If we don't improve at all on this last season, then we definitely have a fair point to complain to Les Ferdinand with that. So yeah, a lot of people have been very grateful for Ian Holloway, and I'm very grateful as well. I think he's done a really good job in both his spells at QPR. He said one of the most loyal and passionate QPR people ever, and you let him go. Again, be careful what you wish for, which could definitely come back to bite us this sacking, and pretty disappointing stuff really. Yeah, that's another fair point as well. Ian Holloway, he loved QPR. He's been with us at 2 spells now. As we saw before, he's managed over 300 games for us. So, you know, he loves the club, and you know we're going to be bringing in a manager. I don't know if Steve McClaren really loves the club. He did a good job at when he was a coach at QPR, but I mean, it's just, in my opinion, you're better off sticking with Holloway. And another one here, he says, I don't understand what people expect from us as a club. Holloway comes in, lowers the wage bill, stabilises the club, and brings in promising young talent, and they're glad he's left. And yeah, he's saying about McClaren, you can't see anything getting much better when McClaren comes in, and I agree with that more. As you can see, I liked it. Then he said, and another guy said, thanks Ollie for all your efforts, and it is a sad day as well. Very, very disappointing. A lot of fans will be happy. It's a very divided opinion. A lot of people will be happy, but then I'd probably say more people will be sad that he's gone, to be honest, just because he loved the club. And in my opinion, he did a great job. So anyway, this is what I'll do for the video. So as I said, my opinion is I'm just not happy Holloway going in at the end of the day. I'm really not happy with him getting sacked. If he's left, then that's fair enough, because obviously his mother's died quite recently. So obviously, if that's the case, then that's completely fine. Then obviously I don't have any problem with like the owners and stuff. But in my opinion, if it is a sacking, I'm really, really, really not happy about it. I think he's done a good job. He couldn't have really done much better with what he's had, really. So anyway, this is about to do for the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, I do apologise for this video being up a bit late. Pretty much I've been at college for ages, and then I was at college while the news broke. So that's why it's very, very late coming up. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Drop a like down below. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Do subscribe to the channel as well. I will have more videos coming out next season around QPR. Hopefully some vlogs as well, because I've got a season ticket for QPR next season, and I'm planning on going to plenty of away games as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.